keeps Judaism alive.
Jonah Kaplan, ABC 11, Eyewitness News.
Another great reason to visit the Art Museum in Raleigh. Jonah, thank you. All week here at ABC 11, we are reliving some of the most memorable moments from Chief Meteorologist Chris Hommann. We're also saying thanks as Chris prepares for retirement after 30 years of being part of our family and yours too. Tonight, Chris is telling us about his most memorable hurricane.
There have been a lot. You know, we've been through quite a few, even in working with you guys, and then, of course, when I was on the morning show, too. I think, for me, the most memorable is Fran in '96, because that one came straight up 40 as it made landfall as a Category 3, came straight up Interstate 40, right over the triangle. And that's the nightmare scenario for the triangle. It's going to happen again someday. Typically, hurricanes go off and east of us, you know, up the coast or a little bit inland, and we get the fringe effects. We can still have huge problems, but this one came right over us. We had winds that gusted to 80, 90 miles an hour across the region for hours, and the flooding wasn't horrible, but it was significant. But trees that were down all over the place, from the coast right up to the triangle, and people were weeks without power. And I remember I was on the morning show then. Even at Christmas, months later, they were still burning debris at these sites around the triangle, and I'd drive into work and see the smoke rising from these big burning centers because there were still trees being hauled in and debris. That one I'll never forget. A lot of them too, but that one, I think, for the triangle especially was something that's very rare but will happen again one day.
Chris is retiring at the end of the week, and right now you can watch his farewell interview in its entirety on the ABC 11 North Carolina app on your TV or your streaming device. And we really hope you'll tune in for his final weathercast on Friday. Chris, you know, we've been talking about this for months. We've had a chance to get our head around this for months. It's hard to believe the final week is here. How are you feeling?
Pretty good, but yeah, I hope I get through it, Steve, because it's going to be tough. 30 years with you guys and working at this awesome place. It's going to be tough to say goodbye for sure. But I've still got 5 more days with you, right? So
and you're leaving just in time for hurricane season. You don't have to worry about hurricane season this time.
There was some thought into that, right? No, I'm kidding. But hopefully it'll be a nice, quiet one for you guys for sure. I know you're going to be in capable hands with the weather team that we've got. But thank you, Steve. I appreciate it. We've got some better weather tomorrow in terms of temperature. It's going to cool down a little bit into the 80s, but then soar right back into the 90s midweek. But a strong cold front is coming for the holiday weekend. Wait till you see our temperatures for next weekend as opposed to what we're going to get midweek. Rest of the evening hours, temperatures will settle into the 70s. Depends on where you are. It's in the 70s now where there are some showers and storms around. Everybody else will fall into the 70s by mid to late evening. Got some rain over downtown Raleigh. That has knocked the temperature way down from the low 90s. It was 93 earlier at the airport. That was the high today. And we're into the low 70s now around the, at least around the triangle where there's been some rain. Let's haul that camera in if we can. 73 RDU Airport right now, but 83 at Oxford, 89 Rocky Mount Wilson. Again, if you're under a shower or storm, obviously the temperatures get knocked way down. 94 in Fayetteville, 20 degrees cooler than the triangle right now. That's the storm right here. It's moved away from the airport now, but that's what knocked the temperature way down. Heavy rain over parts of downtown Raleigh, right around the Beltline, west side of Raleigh, some cloud to ground strikes. Not severe, not much wind in this, but there is some really heavy rain, which is great news. Look at this Doppler estimate of how much rain has fallen, 1 to almost 2 inches in a few spots. That's great news, but it's been very isolated, obviously. Most of us didn't get nearly that much. Also, just south of Wilson now, very heavy rain around Stantonsburg in southern Wilson County into northern Wayne County, and this is dropping southward at about 15 miles an hour. So nothing severe with that. Again, we're watching. It does have some gusty winds. There may be 1 or 2 storms that have winds that gust to 40, 45 miles per hour before they diminish early evening. And you see on the satellite view, areas that have the sunshine still in the 80s, even some 90s down to the south. First Alert Predictor shows a few storms around through the evening and then diminishing by 8 or 9 o'clock. Most of us aren't going to see much in the way of rain. Overnight tonight, once those showers in, we'll be in the low mid 60s for overnight lows. Tomorrow, if you're working outside, going to be a little more comfortable with temperatures mostly in the mid 80s if you have to be out during the heat of the afternoon instead of low, even some mid 90s today with that northeast flow behind a weak cool front, mid-80s Triangle, 88 Fayetteville. Then it heats right back up. A little cooling tomorrow behind a weak front. Temperatures Wednesday and Thursday near record levels, especially Wednesday. Then look at this. A big dip in the jet stream is going to knock temperatures way down for the weekend. First Alert AccuWeather 7-day looks good for tailgating at PNC for the Canes game tomorrow. 86 the high. 94 Wednesday would tie the record. 93 Thursday would be a couple of degrees shy. Cold front approaches Friday with some showers, a few storms. Couple linger Saturday. And Steve, check out the weekend. By Sunday, Monday, Memorial Day, beautiful mid-70s to near 80. Lows low and mid-50s, believe it or not, to kick off the holiday weekend, or at least midway through the holiday weekend.
Yeah, you're giving us a nice gift, a nice retirement gift for us.
Nice parting gift, yes. That's right.
All right, Chris, we'll see you again in the next half hour.